Yes,
Yes.
yes, very well.
Okay. I think one thing which came across very clearly is that these are difficult times. I have no slides. This talk is right from the heart. And every practice is going to be impacted quite severely, irrespective of the size, whether it's a single practitioner or a large chain of hospitals. And the worst part is that there's not going to be a sudden change from black to white. That is just because we start practicing on May 3rd, everything is not going to be business as usual. There are going to be various shades of gray for quite some time. And the length of this period is something which is quite unpredictable. The only thing I can say is that if you're going to pass through hell, you have no other choice but to just keep going. So obviously, cost-cutting measures, finance is one of the most important aspects that each and every one first has to consider. I think cost-cutting measures have to be in place. Already there was some discussion about this force majeure clause. We are not going to be paying in the rentals. I've already sent emails to all my wherever I was lessee, and most of the lessors have agreed to this. EMIs need not be paid. Extension of CMC, AMC is another thing which has been agreed upon by most major companies, and they have acted affirmatively towards this. But when it comes to how you are going to take care of employees, I think this is when your sense of leadership comes in. By leadership, I don't mean large chain of hospitals, but even if you're a single practitioner, employing 3 or 4 people, you have to lead your team. You have to consider your team as your extended family, and your leadership capability has to be demonstrated adequately at this point of time. And basically, in this case, it's not a legal issue, even though our lawyer did not give a very right response. I believe there is no legal binding on us to pay our employees when they are not working. It is just a request. But at the same time, what we have to consider it is from a moral standpoint. As far as I am concerned, what I'm going to be doing, and what maybe some of you can follow this, my employees who are being paid less than 30,000 rupees a month, we are going to pay them in full, because for them it's a question of basic sustenance. It's a question of their school fees, the rental, the food, etc. And in case, obviously, when we go forward, when it comes to leave encashment, the yearly bonus, yearly appraisals, etc., these things have to be put on hold, and some kind of a compromise has to be made. But this basic level of employees, I believe it's our responsibility to see to it that the complete payment is done. And those are in a higher salary bracket. The formula that we have worked out is that it is 30,000 plus 50% of whatever is above that. That is, if an employee is getting paid 1 lakh, is 30,000 plus half of 70,000, that's 35,000, that is 65,000, that's going to be paid to them. When it comes to the level of consultants who form the framework of what we are doing, it's extremely important that we support them adequately also. At the junior consultant level, when their pay scale is less than 2 lakhs, we have planned to pay them completely, whatever they are holding on. Of course, if this stretches on for 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, we might have to rethink about it. But assuming it's going to be for another month or two, is what we'll do. And the senior consultant levels, where many of them also have a incentive-based payment. Obviously, incentives are not going to be paid, but we'll pay them a basic sustenance salary of 2 lakhs or so. And we would review this at the end of March 2021 to see how well we have done. We obviously have the numbers for March 2020. And if as a group we have performed well, it's the benefits will be passed on to them. I think at this point of time, one owner cannot conquer this disease or this problem alone. It's extremely important that we do it together as a team. And at this point, it's extremely important that we support them adequately, we keep them motivated. That's how we'll come out as winners against this terrible virus. 2 points just before I conclude. Just now I heard the summary of the results of the IJO survey. 2 points which struck me was 9% of our ophthalmologists are extremely depressed. They even have suicidal thoughts. And mind you, this is among ophthalmologists. If you come to basic level staff who are not sure about where this next meal is going to come from, this is going to be much higher. And I think we have to keep that in mind whenever we deal with our employees. And secondly, the good part is that 73% of employees considered they are being adequately taken care of, which is kudos to the entire ophthalmic community, the AOS. I think we should continue to perform in such a manner and we stick together, take care of our people working for us, we are ultimately going to win. Our patients have not gone away anywhere. It's just a matter of time. Nobody else is practicing. Whatever we are doing, the patients have to come back to us. It's only a question of when we are going to start performing as usual. It's not a question of if we are going to perform. That's my submission. Thank you.